Welcome to this week's episode of Mount Mindset. We're going to talk about the tactical edge, the thing that can separate you from everyone else. Now, we're coming up in the time of year where everyone starts to get into the mode of festive spirit, and it's good to be festive. But what they don't realise is that they are letting off a bomb, a culmination, a smash hits of all the mistakes and all the failures and all the things that they did wrong. The lack of accountability, they're not seeing it through, they're not getting it done, and so on. They do these things because they believe that the excuse of being festive means that they can just go absolutely wild. And normally what happens is they get into the season, they drink too much, they eat too much, they get carried away too much, and they do very little. So they almost no positive work. And as they wind down for the festive time of the year, which is fine, but it puts you in a back foot. So you're heading into January, and here's what happens. You go and you start to think, right, I need to get my act together, and there's this whole movement of New Year's resolutions. Well, the question I would put to you is, why do you need to wait to New Year? Is there any advantage of doing it now? And should you just fall into the mould of everyone else? And if this thing worked, why are you doing it at the same time, the same thing this year, where you're gluttony, eating too much, getting carried away in the drink, using the excuse that you'll do the minimum because you've got shopping to do and things to buy and holidays to take, and Christmas is around the corner and yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing, right? Let's go through some of the list of things that people do, right? So you, at this time of the year, will go and say things like, yeah, I'm just wanting to get chilled for Christmas. I just want to relax. It's a time for festivities. It's a time to just have downtime. It's a time for family and just relaxing and enjoying the festive spirit. Yeah, I get it, right? But that doesn't mean that you get lazy, you get fat, you justify it, you drink too much, you drink nearly every night, you overeat every night, you don't go to the gym because you make the excuses and you justify it that, oh, it's because it's Christmas or you had shopping to do or whatever that may be. So you're going into this thing, just picture the scene. We're taking a run up to this New Year's resolution. And the way that we approach this New Year's resolution, and remember what a New Year's resolution is. A New Year's resolution is you're going to make a plan for the new year to have a positive outcome. You're looking to set your targets high on what you want to do. That's the whole idea. You think, well, look, I'm going to make this new year, the new year, new me, all that jazz, all that nonsense that people tell themselves. Yeah, let's go for it. Right, okay, you're going to go for it. But what happens? Do you prepare for it in the best possible way? So what would be a good preparation? A good preparation might be visualising what that would be. It would maybe be picking a direction on which way you want to take it. It might be writing out your plan of attack, what you need, who you need to engage with, things you need, steps you need to take. You might want to work on your physical fitness to maximise your energy so you're feeling strong and alert and happy and ready to go. So what do? You lie on the couch, drink too much, you eat too much dinner, you then eat nibbles, and then you drink some more, and then you get up the next day and you feel like a burst couch. And then what do you do after that? You do the same again. And what's your energy levels like? Your energy levels are on the floor because you feel sluggish because you've over-consumed. And then do you go to the gym? No. But you justify it with, I'm busy, I've got things to do. Because you just feel flat, you don't want to do it. Now let me tell you something, that not doing something because you don't feel like it is not a valid excuse. It's not a reason. There's plenty of times that you don't feel like doing it, you just need to see it through, especially if it's got a positive outcome. And what happens at this time of the year is you just decide to fall into this trap. And that trap is over and over and over again, so much so you see it happen all the time. Same time every year, the same thing happens. And this is a preparation. Remember, this is what we're talking about. You're preparing for a massive goal for your next year by doing the exact opposite. It's like a manic panic house. You just go, look, I'm going to eat as much as humanly possible. I'm going to get as fat as possible. I'm going to not go to the gym and burn anything off. I'm not going to train. I'm not going to do anything because it's cold and it's dark and it's wet. And of course, it's family time and it's festive. So you end up getting to the point where you basically start off in the worst possible place. And what I think happens is you end up getting to this place where you go, I know that I want to have this great result, this outcome, this New Year's resolution to happen. And you're doing it when you feel your worst, right? You're probably, thinking about it between Christmas and New Year, leading up to New Year, what you're going to be doing at New Year. You're going to be drinking more, and you're going to be eating more, and then you've got a few days to start, and then the 4th of January it kicks in. You go, I better get around to that New Year's resolution. And that's why it's so half-hearted. That's why the New Year's resolution concept is fading, because people just aren't getting the results. And is it because New Year's resolution is a bad thing? No, it's because of how you're preparing for it. It's like, imagine preparing for an event. Imagine going for a sporting event and you decide that you want to run a marathon. And then what do? You sit on the couch and drink and eat. Like, you wouldn't approach a marathon doing that. What you would do is you would give yourself the best chance by, working out a plan, getting some training in, getting your body used to it. Well, same with your mind. You want to prime your mind, whatever that New Year's resolution wants to be. And this is what happens with people, and they'll go out and they'll search and they'll be like, well, how can I get more motivated? How can I get more disciplined? How can I get more structure? These are the buzzwords that we hear. More structure, more discipline, motivated, ready to go, feeling good. And yet, what do they do? What's their actions doing? The exact opposite. So here's what I think is the tactical advantage now that we've got the method of what most people do. And I say this all the time, if you want extraordinary results, you need to do extraordinary things. And if you want ordinary results, then you don't need to do anything, you just need to follow what everyone else is doing. But the mismatch is that if you're doing ordinary things and you want an extraordinary result, you're going to be odds, because what you want you'll not get because you're doing the opposite of what you need to do. And in this case, it's how do you plan for this year that is coming up that makes people want these things? And what do we see? The signs that we see is everybody arrives in the gym in January and they book a block of 10 with the personal trainer, and they go down to the sports shop to get new clothing because they tried last year's clothing that fit them then and has been in the drawer since then with the tags on them because they've done the same thing last year. They try them on, they're too fat. So what they do is they then go and get new ones and then say, yep, this is new year, new me. And what do? They show up and then, it's cold and it's dark and it's wet and it's miserable. And I'll start next Monday and next Monday and next Monday, and I'll do it whenever. And the whole of January goes through and they've not got out the blocks. And it's because, look at where you started before it. You're not highly driven, highly motivated, ready to go and prepared. What's going on with you? Well, what's going on is that you are sluggish and feeling a bit slow, and you feel you aren't primed. You haven't been primed yourself to get in that zone. You want to be in the zone all the time. And to get in the zone, you need to do different things. That's why I'm a big proponent of, if you've got a good idea, why wait till New Year? If you want the tactical edge, you need to be accelerating when everyone's slowing down. My favourite day of the week's Friday. I'll tell you why, because if you look around on a Friday, everybody's can't wait for the weekend, can't wait for it to come round and we can chill out and relax, and I'm excited for the weekend. I can't wait till Friday because I'm going to accelerate harder into the weekend, because I'm going to do more in a weekend than most people do all week, because that's how you get extraordinary results. And it can be anything in your life. It can be taking on a challenge, it could be training, it could be work, it could be a side hustle, it could be a business, it could be improving your knowledge, it could be any number of things that are a positive, highly charging, highly energetic, highly motivating thing that you can do that will make you feel good. And I think there is no better way to do it than do it the weekend, when everyone's consuming and relaxing and just going about their day. Ordinary days. Well, if you want to be extraordinary, do extra. And the key to it is action. And that action is with positive outcomes. So do something that's going to improve you. Don't wait till New Year. Do it now. And if you've checked out the episode, there's a full episode on my VDS method, which is, we'll do a brief overview here for any of you that haven't checked that out yet. And if you have, then you'll be very, very familiar with it, and you can recap it now, which is always great to just stir those cogs, get that brain thinking, get that grey matter working. So the process, whenever you want to achieve something, is first go there in your mind and visualize what it would be like. Visualize the outcomes. Visualize if you did get this result, what would it be like? What would it feel like? Who's there around about you? What can you see? What can you hear? And you can do it anytime you like. You can visualize just like when you've had a daydream and you find your mind wandering off and the things round about you just sort of pay a little less attention to, and you go off into this little daydream about what it would be like. The cool thing about daydreams is they generally are something that you use your creative imagination for, and you can use that same creative imagination that you've used many, many times before to be very successful at creating a visualization. And the great thing about when you visualize something is that you can feel what it would feel like if you were there. You can see what you would see, and you could hear what you would hear. And that's pretty cool, because what that does to you is it fires off very, very positive feelings or very positive emotions. Something cool happens to you when positive emotions fire off. They drive you. Now, what do people always want to search for? That word, motivation. And what they're looking for with motivation is they want to feel like they want to do things. That's essentially what motivation is. They want to feel like they want to do things. That points out to what they feel currently. It feels like they don't want to do the things that they know are right. So what you want to get is a state that you can get in easily that will make you feel motivated to do the things that you need to do to get where you want to go. Pretty cool, pretty straightforward. The number one thing you do is visualize. And visualization, a lot of people say I can't visualize, and it's just not the case. Everyone can visualize. Every single person can visualize. There's even blind people that visualize. So if blind people can do it, you definitely can do it. So just build that little movie in your mind of that amazing outcome that you could have and watch the magic happen. Then the second thing is the great thing with visualization is it gives you direction, because you can lock in on what it is that you want to do. When you imagine that great outcome that you've got, that great result, and you think, well, how did I get here? How did I get this result? And then that gives you clarity where you start to refine the ways that you got there. And the cool thing about that is that you get some details. It's like your subconscious mind can tap into higher intelligence. It's working out what you would need. You know, like for instance, you might be in a really warm location and you think this place is cool. Maybe it's hot. Maybe it's flash. Maybe it's some exotic resort. Maybe you're in the Bahamas, or maybe you're in Dubai, or maybe you're in Miami, or somewhere that you like, and you go, yeah, this is cool. Maybe you're at the pyramids. You can be anywhere at any place, and you think, how did I get here? Well, you must have done quite well, because you booked this amazing place. What are you doing there? Are you on holiday? Are you on business? Are you there to have a meeting and so on? You can imagine whatever outcome it is that you would like to be doing in that incredible 12-month result. And then you start to go, well, how did I get here? Maybe I was pretty successful because I'd done that thing I was always planning to do. That little thing that was in your mind that you said that would be cool, well, you got it done. And you go, I wonder how I got that. And then you work back from that visualization, and it starts to give you answers, as in maybe you're starting an online business, maybe you're starting a traditional business, maybe you've done pretty well and you want to start investing. Maybe you have invested and you want to invest some more, and you get a great result. And that great result means that you can afford to do that thing that you'd always wanted to do to get to that really hot location that you feel that you're in your visualization. Power tool. So we've got two of the three things. So we've got visualization and we've got direction. And number three is start. So when you get the clarity from your vision and you get some answers to the direction, then start to plot a course as to what you can do today, what you can do now. And action is the thing that gets the juices going. You're like, yeah, yes. The reason action works is that it means that you're getting momentum. And when you get momentum, what happens? You start to push through. Two things happen. Results. You get results from what you're doing. When you start to get results, it creates this upward fulfilling positive loop, because when you get a result, you like it because it's a great outcome, and then you get another result, which you get, and then it keeps spiraling up and up and up. As you get more and more results, the faster and higher that upward self-fulfilling loop gets. That's extremely positive and extremely powerful. The second thing happens is what you focus on. when you start doing this is that you focus on what it is that takes you to that visualization. And that is the key, because you can see where you're going. If you've seen it in your mind's eye, you've seen it in that movie in your mind, and you know what you want to aim at. You've got no time for the distractions. You've got no time for the negativity. You've got no time for the procrastination. You've got no time for doubt, because you're locked in. You are locked in. I know this is what I want. I felt it like it was real when I visualized it. And it felt as real to me as when you're having a dream, and when you're during that dream, you're like, this feels real. And then you come back and you think from your dream, and unlike dreaming, visualization, you're close enough to your normal state, and you go, that was pretty cool. I wonder what I could do to get closer to that. And you take those steps. Just like a marathon is not run in one big step, it's many, 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 many little steps. And if you take those steps by starting, you start the process and you build momentum in that self-fulfilling loop. You start to get rewards. Those rewards will drive you, and you keep that momentum going, and it builds and it builds and it builds. So this comes back to this very straightforward thing that we are explaining is that why, oh why, would, if you knew that this was the case and it was as straightforward as doing this, why would you wait the new year? Why would you slow down? Why would you get sluggish? Why would you decide to be less prime than you are now? Why get in the habit of becoming slack and becoming slow? When everyone's slowing down, you know what you should do? Accelerate, because it gives you the tactical edge. You have the tactical advantage. Dana White, for those of you that have seen the reel where he says it's so easy to be a savage these days because everyone else is soft. They've never been softer. Back in the day, there was savages everywhere, and they're a rare breed. You can be a weekend savage now and tear it up. You don't even need to be that much of a savage. You just need to have a little bit. My recommendation, if you want that, is do this. Accelerate when everyone's slowing down. Weekends, bank holidays, New Year's, Christmases. Don't slow down. You got a goal? Go for it. Want some belief about if you can achieve it or not? Visualize it. Want to get refined on how you get closer to it? Work out the direction to get there. How do you get motivation? Start the process of that self-fulfilling loop. Get results, get more results, feel good about those results, then get even more results. There is no more powerful formula. And this is what we teach. At Mountain Mindset, we teach how to do this. This is exactly how we train our crew to get the results. Because people will come and they will understand the logic, and maybe they need nudged in the right way. That's why we've got such a great community, because people that are out there just like you, that want better results just like you, that want to feel happy just like you, and everyone loves to feel happy and everyone loves to feel growth, just like you want to feel growth. You came here for a reason, and you want to make sure that you enjoy that. You want to make sure that it feels good. So the best thing you can do is start using this formula and give it a try. We'd love to hear how you got on. And if you're struggling with it, when you come along over to our mindset coaching community, and we'll show you exactly the formula and template that we use, and you will be blown away with the results and how quickly it happens. So, hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mount Mindset. We keep it short, we keep it brief, especially when the time is now to take action. Go take that action. Start with your visualization. And remember, the tactical edge is accelerate when everyone else is slowing down. Use this, and it will not be too long before you're blown away with the results. So hope to see you guys that are climbing on Sunday. We do a quick reminder, we do a Mount Mindset climb the last Sunday of every month. We've got one on this weekend. We'll be sure to enjoy the weather, because it seems like it's very, very Scottish this weekend. And if you fancy getting involved in the next one, book it in your diary. Last Sunday of every month, and especially as the weather is getting a little more challenging, no better place to test your mindset than on a Mount Mindset meetup. If you like what we're doing, come and visit the website. All the information will be in the show notes. Hit the link, click the bio, check the show notes. The info will be in there. If you are looking for video series, if you're looking for the playlist, the mindset playlist, and how you can go through all the top fears and how you can figure them out quickly and rapidly. If you're looking for a structure, we've got that in there. If you're looking for a template to design your framework, we have it in there. If you're looking to be part of a community where people just like you are looking for better results than ordinary, then we've got it all in there. We do meetups. Come and get involved. And coming soon, some exciting news about a live event. So I'm not going to give too much away just now, but there's some exciting news coming soon. But from me this week, that's a wrap.